Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Pop on and join me if you are watching this live on Facebook. If you are watching the replay on YouTube, then pop a little hashtag replay in the comments, or maybe even watching it on replay on Facebook. But let me know you're there, let me know where you're watching from, and let me know if you're still enjoying the sunshine. So, for those who are new to my channel, my name is Samantha Jayne. I am a UK psychic known as the Psychic Coach. And hello everybody jumping on, lovely to see you all. So yesterday the moon had us craving some sense of order. Was that you? Drop me a comment and let me know. Yeah, many people wanted a sense of order, wanted to get back to a little bit of routine. Hi Karen, hi Kathy, something like that is how I would describe it. Hi Fee. Also, there is a potential that yesterday you may have had feelings of being a little bit powerless. Hi Yvonne. But today the moon is in Libra, so we are still looking for that balance. Good old Libra, balance, harmony. Everything on an even keel. There's an element in us that may still be looking for that today. All right, but what we are also doing, hi Kaz, hi Anne, is we are gaining a perspective on life, and I'm hoping that it's a new perspective. Hi Julie. Because what we're supposed to be doing is recognizing the need for this balance as we now move forwards. I opened my doors today. I know a lot of people return to work. I know of a lot of people who have returned to the workplace today. Some children are back in schools. Hi, David. So I feel that today, the way that these energies would be playing out with us is having us really want to be looking at how we move our lives forwards, but in balance, all right? Because we don't want to go back to the chaos. Your values may even have changed as well on what you value, what you wish to create, what your dreams, desires, etc. are now, about and what you want. But what I am looking in everything I look at is that today is very much about balance and harmony, and gaining a new perspective on our lives, what we want from it, what we want in it, who we want in it, dare I say that. Doing a lot of readings that are very clearly people about to make shifts and changes. So this is resonating with Jenny. Thank you for the comment. Now tomorrow, good old retrograde Venus has us wanting what we thought we'd left behind. So what I mean by that is old desires can start to come up, and distraction is actually possible, as are disagreements tomorrow. So watch for that. And because we've got such a relationship vibe, in fact, that's through the whole of June, we do need to watch as well for making hasty relationship decisions, whether that's decisions to jump in or decisions to jump out. Tomorrow may not be the best day. All right, thank you, Jessica. But on Wednesday, we also need to watch for feeling a little bit lost in our relationships as well. And that's why I said it's very much this week about relationships, okay, guys? Whether you're in them or not, because if you're single like myself, then what you would be doing is reflecting on what you want / need from a relationship, or how you want to feel within it, or what matters to you. All right, if you are single. If you are with somebody, then you may well find yourself questioning or looking at whether you are still a match perhaps, or whether you have the same vision for your life together now as you come out of this lockdown season. Am I making sense? Are my words resonating? Drop me a comment and let me know. If you're interested in private readings, I will share later in the description box all the links and things like that. All right. But one of the key things that we are in, and we are in up until August, is that we are all desiring or wanting quality in our lives now. And that's what this is about. Are you creating a life that has the quality that you want? Does your relationship, does that have the quality that you want? Are you spending quality time in your connections? Yeah, these are the things that you need to be looking at this point. That's what this week is all about. It's about quality, not quantity. All right. So, as I say, now, if you're sharing this, thank you so much, but tag me in it. Hashtag the Psychic Coach so I'm made aware of it. Woo! And we'll switch over to the cards. Now, as always, my weekly Tarotscope. Can't speak suddenly. It's always when I open up to work with the cards, isn't it? Have you noticed? I go blah, 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 blah. There we go. That was my my Ella Fitzgerald impression there. But woo! And they're flying. And you see, again, it's all about the inner and whether the challenges are really there or not. All right. But remember, this week is about relationships. It is about life, and it's about quality. That is key. All right. So I'm going to switch over to the tarot. And as always, I'm going to say to you that readings are for entertainment purposes only. And take what resonates with you. But remember to check back in if you're experiencing a shift through the week, especially in your relationship sector. If you jump on my YouTube channel, there is actually a mini Tarotscope there, particularly for love in June. So if you are really, really in need of some guidance in that area of life, then you might want to take a look at that. All right, so this is a general reading for everyone viewing, so take what you will, take what resonates, and listen, people. Listen. Right then, let's see what is ahead for us this week, what they will give me. Now, the first thing I'm given is actually my triangle. So, if you are in a relationship triangle, then you are most definitely going to be looking at it this week to see if it is worth it, if you want it, all right? Does it match? Can it give you what you want for your future vision of your life? So be aware of that. But this is a week, as I say, where the focus is on having everything that you want as you move forwards, and we are moving forwards. Who's feeling the shift? Who's feeling that change? That, I tell you, I swear to God that time is like speeding up for me. Hi, Kelly. I swear to God, time is speeding up. But, you know, many people will have had to face some realities over recent weeks, and that does continue into this week as well. You've got to keep it real. Got to keep it real. Got to be authentic. Stay in your authentic self. Don't start trying to change to fit in and things like that. Be true to yourself and your own vision. Even if it means you have to take a real reality check and bring some aspects crashing down in order to rebuild, all right? But there is this need to recognize that it's time to make some decisions this week. Or at least the energies are encouraging you, should I say, to make some decisions this week, all right? And that often, that is going to come through this week, things being revealed. Now, they may have already been revealed and you've spent the weekend and the last few days deep in thought about all of this. But this week, now you need to get real about it and get real about your future life and your future self. Now, actually, I've got that all is quite well. It sounds like a strange contradiction. So whatever is going on this week, I want you to use the affirmation, the mantra, whatever word you want to call it, of all is well in my world, because actually the shifts and changes and the decisions and processes you are walking through this week are exactly about that. It is making things well in your world. Now, in order for things excuse me, in order for things to be well in your world, I don't know if you've come to realise yet, let me know if you have to feel like a free spirit. If you feel like a free spirit, then drop that as a comment in the chat boxes, because you have to feel like a free spirit for things to feel well in your world. we as humans don't do restriction. We don't do restriction. Why do you think so many people struggle so much with lockdown? So there is this need to be looking at your commitments, making commitments, whether it's to relationships or roles or whatever, and feel free-spirited. And by that I mean feel like being yourself, like you can be yourself. That's what is key. That is what matters. All right, and there will be lots of conversations this week, or opportunity at least, for conversations about that very thing and what it is that makes you feel free and alive and well and all of that, high vibing as I call it. All right, now we need to be careful this week that we are actually not spinning too many plates, okay? And we need to be careful as well that we are not looking at so many options that we are creating a confused cosmic order, let's call it that, out into the universe. So that actually when you're looking at your new world, this world you are creating, the universe isn't responding particularly well because you're sending out a lot of mixed signals about what it is that you want. This is the week to tweak your vision and get very, very clear on where you are going. I don't care if you don't know how. The secret is to let go of needing to know how you're going to get there, but know that you are, all right? So watch that this week, especially if you're an overthinker or you're quite naturally an anxiety-based person. Watch for overdoing it, okay? Now, when it comes to work aspects, some of you may even have things to celebrate this week. There may also be gatherings to take place. Did I say that? Up to 6 people outdoors, okay? So here in the UK. But know that change is possible in work aspects. I've got a much more playful and social and fun energy coming into your work aspect. Don't forget, when I say meetings and stuff like that, it can be online, people. Come on, we're doing this now, aren't we? But know that you need to put a bit of drive into that business, some driving force into your business that could create causes for celebrations this week. But what it certainly will do is get you feeling connected to the people you work with or your clients or something like that, but also connected with yourself, within the business. And that is key this week as well, because we're setting up this strong future vision, all right? Now, when it comes to love and relationships, some people may feel as if this aspect has suddenly fast-tracked this week. Now, maybe that's the shift and changes in the lockdowns in various locations, but all of a sudden there's a lot of energy going into relationships. That doesn't have to be your intimate one. It can be your business connections. It can be friends, family, neighbours, you name it. But all of a sudden, relationships are representing quite a lot of energy this week, all right? But if you're working at a relationship at the moment, you can achieve success there. And it's the actions that are taken, not the words. I always say to people, don't care what you're going to say, I'll watch your actions, because actions speak louder than words. People can say anything, they can learn to say anything, but what they can't do is change their actions over a period of time. So, but know that it is the actions that will lead you to this change, this growth, and this victory in a relationship somewhere in your world this week. In terms of personal and spiritual growth, there is this need to recognize that it's like we're at the end of a cycle, and there is a need to let go of the emotions that you've carried in that cycle, and to get very comfortable in your own skin, in your new world if you feel you've stepped into it now. But definitely recognize the growth that you have gone through in this lockdown. You know, I just saw something on the TV, I think it was an advert for a bank, but it was about the one thing we should have learned in lockdown is that family matters. So, you know, and it's adjusting to that, isn't it? It's adjusting to your realizations and being very comfortable with the new you. But I would question whether it is a new you, because the term I would give it is the real you. The you have been hiding from the society that has been expecting you to be a certain way. All right. So when I say new you, what I'm really saying is true you. Does that make sense, people? Let me know. So there is big change this week, but it feels very much like an inner change to me as I connect with that energy. And it is the start of how things are going to be long term. Hi, Christy Lee. Just know that that change, as I say, is the start of how things are going to be long term. So choose well, my lovelies, choose well. Should we grab some more insight? I think we will. And then afterwards, if you're on Facebook watching it live, I'm actually popping over into my Spiritual Growth Club to do individual ones as well. So it's resonating with Jill and Karen. If this is making sense, you drop me a little comment. I like to know I'm helping. Not just blowing away again. Right then, let me see what else they will give us. Further insight into the week ahead, please. Stay focused. I say it every week. I know I'm like a one track record, but stay focused. And again, decisions. You have to make decisions about life paths now. It's got to be done. Stop dragging your heels. Stop being frightened to bring in a change. You've just gone through massive change and you have survived it. You have. All right. But what I want you to do is not just continue to survive. I want you to come out of it and thrive, because that is what we're all put here to do. So victories again are huge, and it all comes from this being very, very focused. It's also about knowing when to push and when to step back, when to slow down, all right? Some of you may be feeling pushed into stuff. You may be feeling pushed into decisions and choices. I'm going to turn around and say to you, well, what do you expect? You've been dragging your heels for so bloody long. What do you honestly expect? Of course, if you are dragging your heels and you are not where you are supposed to be, the universe will send you a kick up the ass to shove you to where you need to be. So if you are experiencing quite traumatic, it's all coming at me, that's because you're not putting it out there. You're just waiting and waiting, and you're dragging your heels and you're delaying and you're wasting life. All right, so pay attention if there is external forces kicking your butt this week. That is why, because you need to learn to act, not just think about it. All right, makes sense. So stand your ground on your choices, people. Make sure you do stand your ground on those choices, especially when you're dealing with people who are very, very closed, very shut down, perhaps non-verbal, certainly lacking communication on an emotional aspect. All of those types of people are the people that you need to stand your ground and not have a wobble about. If you have been waiting for something, look at this. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. All right? The timing is right. Destiny is here, all right? But as I always say, your destiny does not involve you sitting on your couch waiting for shit to happen. Destiny requires you to step up and play your role as well. All right? So stop wasting your life. Come on. It's time to do these amazing things so that the world gets to see and benefit from how amazing you are. And I really do feel that that energy is really vibing in the relationship sector. So be warned. All right, be warned. Don't be looking backwards, look forwards, okay? There is nothing to gain, but it certainly is time now to instigate a plan that you have had. I hope that makes sense to you. You know what they are talking about. Them upstairs when I say they, but this plan is to get you to a much better place emotionally, So crack on. This is the week. All right, I hope I have helped you. As I say, if you're interested in a personal reading, whether it's an emailed one or an online video call reading, I will leave it in the description box so you can click my links. And don't forget, share, but tag me in, #the Psychic Coach. Have a powerful week. Come on, make the most of it. Bye.